turned Iceland's deadliest ash into unlimited fuel. April 14, 2010. The sky over Europe turned black. Planes were grounded. Airports closed. The culprit wasn't a storm, it was a single volcano in Iceland, Eyjafjallajökull, spewing millions of tons of fine ash into the atmosphere. For 6 days, the continent held its breath. But in a small lab on the edge of the lava fields, a team of scientists saw something different. Not a disaster, an opportunity. The lab was called Hraun Research Station. Hraun means lava in Icelandic, and that's exactly what they were working with: raw, volcanic ash, the same stuff choking the skies. The team was led by Dr. Elín Jónsdóttir, a geochemist who had spent years studying how minerals interact with water. She believed the ash wasn't just a problem. It could be the key to something bigger. Here's the thing: hydrogen fuel was already a dream. Clean, powerful, no emissions, but producing it was expensive. Splitting water into hydrogen and oxygen required rare metals like platinum, costing thousands per kilogram. The world needed a cheaper way. And Elín thought she had found it. The ash from Eyjafjallajökull was rich in iron oxides. When heated and mixed with water, it acted like a natural catalyst. It didn't just split water, it did it faster, and at a fraction of the cost. By the time the ash cloud had cleared over Europe, Hraun's team had already run their first successful test. They produced hydrogen at 1/10 the price of conventional methods. But wait, if this was real, why haven't you heard about it? Because 6 months later, the lab's funding vanished. Not slowly, overnight. One day, the team was preparing for a major presentation to the Icelandic government. The next, their accounts were frozen. Their emails stopped sending. And when investigators arrived, they found something strange. The lab's doors weren't just locked, they were welded shut. Declassified documents later revealed a connection. A lobbyist named Gunnar Thorvaldsson had visited the lab 3 times in the weeks before the shutdown. Thorvaldsson wasn't just any lobbyist. He had worked for Exxon in the 90s, then moved to a firm that represented oil companies in Iceland. His name appeared in emails with government officials, discussing strategic priorities and economic stability, the same officials who had initially funded Hraun's research. Here's the kicker: the emails didn't say why the project was shut down, but they did say one thing clearly: the decision wasn't about science. It was about market alignment, and that's when it changed. The team at Hraun wasn't just silenced, they were erased. Their research was classified. Their names were scrubbed from government records. Even their lab was bulldozed. Today, if you drive to the coordinates where Hraun once stood, you'll find nothing but a patch of black lava rock. The Icelandic government denies the project ever existed, but the files are still out there. In 2018, a journalist named Ásta Sigurðardóttir obtained a leaked copy of Hraun's final report. It wasn't just a lab note, it was a blueprint. The team had scaled their process. They weren't just producing hydrogen in test tubes. They had built a pilot plant capable of generating enough fuel to power a small town. And the cost? Less than gasoline. The report also contained a warning. A single line, buried on the last page: this technology is not patentable. It is replicable by any nation with volcanic soil. The only way to control it is to control the narrative. And that's exactly what happened. The oil industry didn't just bury Hraun's research. They buried the idea that volcanic ash could ever be a fuel source. Today, if you search for hydrogen production, you'll find articles about solar panels and wind turbines. You won't find a single mention of Iceland's ash, not in textbooks, not in government reports, not even in environmental circles. But here's the question no one's asking. If this was just a failed experiment, why go to such lengths to hide it? Because the truth is, Hraun's discovery wasn't just a scientific breakthrough. It was a threat to the billions of dollars tied up in fossil fuels, a threat to geopolitical balance of power. And most of all, a threat to the idea that we've already found the best way to power the world. Elín Jónsdóttir disappeared from public records after 2010. Some say she moved to Canada. Others claim she's still in Iceland, working in secret. But one thing is certain. She left behind a trail of emails, lab notes, and a single, declassified video. In the video, Elín stands in front of a small reactor. Behind her, a screen displays real-time data. Hydrogen output, steady. Cost per kilogram, less than $2. She doesn't smile. She doesn't celebrate. She just says, "This changes everything." And that's why they'll try to stop it. The video cuts to black. The date stamp reads April 20th, 2010. The day before the lab was shut down. So why does this matter now? Because the ash from Eyjafjallajökull isn't gone. It's still there, covering Iceland's highlands, and the volcano that produced it. It's still active. In fact, just last year, scientists warned that another eruption could be coming. This time, it could be bigger, more ash, more disruption. But what if this time we're ready? What if we don't see the ash as a problem, but as a solution? A solution that's been sitting in plain sight for over a decade. The files are still buried. The lab is gone, but the science isn't. It's out there waiting. And the next time a volcano erupts, the question won't be how to clean up the ash. It'll be how to use it. Search Project Hraun. The files are still buried.